Anyway, thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, all that good stuff. You know how it go. So today for this video, I have a quick life update. And then secondly, my intention for this video as a whole is just to shine light on certain reservations and certain maybe uncharted territory that tends to come with just stepping into this new version of you, stepping into this new timeline, really understanding where it comes from, and you know what I'm saying, just overcoming those fears that tend to come along when you're stepping into this new version of you, when you're also stepping into a new timeline, just really elevating your life in a different way. So if you see me looking, it's because I got this window right here, so I'm like so I'll be distracted sometimes, but I'm gonna try to stay on track. So with the life update, I recently moved, but not only did I move, I relocated from Missouri to Arizona. And yeah, so officially I'm like a southwestern chick. Okay, palm trees, I got mountains, like, so it's definitely new. It's definitely uncharted territory, but I'm really loving it out here. I'm very grateful and thankful for just the universe co-creating with me on this new journey. You know what I'm saying? Really giving me the courage and determination as well to step into this new beginning, especially with me doing it by myself as of right now. You know, it's just like, you know what I mean? The rest of my family, they'll be down here at the end of the year. So, yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm super excited. I'm super stoked. I'm grateful for every opportunity that has been granted to me while I've been down here. Just really in a state of gratitude. Just thankful. Now, let's get into it. So, as I was doing my meditation, before even figuring out what I wanted, you know what I'm saying, this video to be about, especially since I've been away from my channel pretty much for the whole month of August while I've been doing this transition or going through this transition, I really like had to sit with myself and just meditate and really just like meet with my higher self, and God, universe, whoever you go by, you know what I mean? But just really co-creating and like understanding what's going on right now. And so as I was doing this meditation, I was just like doing a body scan and, you know what I'm saying, just really being in tune with myself. Especially during this transition, I've been really in my head, just really logical about things and all that kind of stuff. So while I was doing this meditation, I saw like this white pearl. It was beautiful, but it was just this white pearl. And initially I felt like it was more of like a grandmother or an ancestor of some sort, but it felt really motherly. Mind you, when I looked up a pearl, it said that it was, you know, symbolic along with other things, but it was symbolic of nurturing and motherhood. Now, along with that, a pearl also symbolizes purity, wisdom, spiritual transformation, and it also represents wealth and status. Now, I'm gonna get to that, okay? But another thing that came along with that, with my meditation and doing like this body scan, now previous to this meditation, I didn't have any throat issues, nothing like that. But all of a sudden, I felt like this like ball in my throat. Like it was something that I needed to get off my chest, but it was like I was holding on to it, almost like resisting saying it. So I don't know if that also is connecting to somebody. Maybe they are having throat surgery, maybe they had throat surgery, or also somebody just really needed to say something. You know what I mean? Maybe it's been related to your job or something that you've been needing to say to a family member or a friend or whatever it is. I feel like that was definitely tapping into the meaning of somebody needing to say something, especially intuitively. And like I said, I'm gonna get to that in just a second, because this month I feel like it's definitely gonna be you taking charge, but taking charge in an intuitive way, going with different routes and paths that are opening up, and less of a logical way. Of course, still using your logic and what works for you, but also tapping into that intuitive instinct. If it's something that you've been needing to do, it's something that you've been wanting to do, it's something that you feel you're being guided to, I feel like this is definitely a month that it's time for us as a collective to just really step into those, or take that leap of faith, you know what I mean, and do whatever it is that you've been having on your heart that you just hadn't had the courage to do, or you've been coming up with all kinds of excuses of why you can't do it, why you won't do it. Really taking that authoritative role in your life and not being victimized by your circumstance, but just really, especially like I said, I'm a visual person, so a lot of times I write my stuff out, but even if it's just you mentally taking note of like things that you want to do, but then understanding what's your excuse behind it, what's your reason and why you can't do that thing, you know what I mean? Like when you start to question those whys, when you start to question those resistances and those brick walls, like why is this here, why do I feel this resistance, why do I feel like I'm taking 2 steps back, when you start to question, your mind actually starts to think of solutions rather than you just saying I can't do it. When you put your mind in that I can't do it or it's not gonna work, your mind automatically stops looking for solutions to that problem. So this month I feel like a lot of people, me included, are gonna be tested. And I don't mean in like it's about to be a whirlwind or nothing like that, but just like really tested and really having those nudges to just go through with it. Even if you feel like, oh, it's not gonna work, do it anyway. Even if you think in your mind it's not gonna work, find solutions, come up with solutions. I feel like us as a collective, we really need to start getting into this, you know what I'm saying? Really challenging ourselves. And not only are we in a number 8 year, numerologically, not only are we in the number 8 year, which symbolizes authority, symbolizes attainment, symbolizes worth. What else with that? Sometimes now on the negative side, it could be greed, you being excessive about things, maybe even over analyzing about things, really taking note of where you are. And then with us being in September now, 8 plus the 9th month equals up to 17. And when you take 17, the 1 plus the 7, that equals 8 as well. So this year, especially last month, we have just been really trained, maybe in training, when it comes to taking authority in our own lives, not being victimized by our circumstances. There's so many things that you can say, oh, I'm not able to do this, but if you think about that one time where you was like, I don't think I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna try to do it anyway, and it actually worked out for you, and you was like, okay, I see you, like, all right. Now, I also saw like a narrow ladder for some reason, like when I was in meditation, and so like with that, I feel like as we are elevating, like I said, especially with the retrogrades and all that going on, like with us elevating at different levels, because we are on our own journeys, I think it's also good for us to understand that not everybody is going to be able to come with you on your path, on your journey, especially when you're coming into a new version of you, or you are stepping into a new timeline. You're going to notice different things, different people, different aspects in your life that are shedding. Like, when you are transitioning, especially when you're changing timelines to a desired lens that you've been wanting to live in, you're going to notice that certain things are going to shed away just naturally, regardless of what it is, whether you wanted it to go or stay, because there are certain frequencies that certain things are in. So when you are in a particular frequency, those are going to be the things that you have in that moment. But then when you are elevating on different frequencies, when you are stepping into different timelines, you're going to naturally see those things float away. Even, just shedding from your being. And this is what I mean by really having not only the gratitude, but also the acknowledgement and the grace for yourself in knowing that you are stepping into a new timeline, stepping out of that victimhood of feeling like, oh my God, I just, lost that person. I just lost this thing. I just But realizing these things are shedding because you are stepping into a new version of you. You are stepping into a new timeline, a whole new reality. Also realizing that this is something that you most likely wanted. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's a person, place, thing, whatever. I was like, okay, so I feel like energetically it's just saying that, like, a lot of us are shedding different things that we can't take, especially baggage. You can't take certain things, especially old attitudes, old mindsets. Those, you're going to stay at the bottom of that ladder. So as you're trying to climb, there's going to be certain aspects of you, or, even externally, that you're not going to be able to take with you where you are going. So, like I said, for this video, that's why I really wanted to emphasize having grace and also understanding that you are stepping into a new version of yourself, and also having gratitude for that progress that you are stepping into, that you are going along with. Also realizing that this journey is not a competition. This journey is not a race. This journey is not who can get somewhere faster, because ultimately this is all an illusion. We all have different goals that we are trying to get to. So with you being on your own path, you're not competing with anybody, you know what I'm saying, besides yourself. And maybe even that ego that's like, oh yeah, like that person's against me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they are, but ultimately you are still on your own journey. You are still on your own path. You have to go on your own pace. Even if it feels like people are excelling beyond you, or you feel like that they're going faster than you or something like that. Also take note that when you see other people elevating around you, know that you're on that path. You're already stepping into a whole new journey. You know what I'm saying? If you see prime example, if you see that there's been like new couples all around you, everybody been coupled up, 9 times out of 10, or a new car or something like that, 9 times out of 10, it's the universe showing you that you are near what you've been desiring. And I think a lot of people, we get discouraged, or we like, oh, like, I've been wanting that, I've been, desiring that, and nothing has showed up. But as you stay in that positive frequency and that positive mindset, and knowing like, so this is why I've been seeing so many couples, this is why I've been seeing so many jobs, or so many cars, or whatever it is for you, it's because the universe is letting you know that you are on the verge of whatever you've been desiring, and you're literally right around the corner from it, or it's right in front of you, and you literally just have to look. You know what I mean? And so there was another thing too. Okay, so I did pull a couple cards, and like I said, this month is really focusing on you taking authority for your own circumstances, you co-creating with the universe in what you are desiring. this month is all about attainment. Whatever you are going for, you will get. Whatever you are focused on, you will get. That also pertains to positive and negative. If you are focused on the negative, that's what you're gonna get. So that was a side note. But anyway, so on this card, it was saying exchange energy to create abundance. Now, I don't know if somebody is redecorating or what the case is. And I know it's not me because I'm like, these aren't my colors. So it ain't for me. But there could be somebody in the collective that is redecorating or considering it, and I feel like they're more so going for like wine colors, if that makes sense. So like those deep purples, those deep reds, maybe even like, I would say from the pink spectrum to orangish to getting darker into the purple, if that makes sense. Like on this card, this doesn't it look like a color palette right here? And so I was like, there has to be somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's redecorating or thinking about painting the walls or just doing something different to their home. And if you are, I definitely encourage you to go ahead and do that, because there's also a science behind colors. When you are gravitated towards a certain color, or you always wear a certain color, like definitely, or you notice a certain color, look it up. You know what I mean? I know sometimes people are like, you know, you think too deep into stuff, or, you know, it's not that deep or whatever it is, but everything is connected. Everything is connected. And so when you realize like, okay, like for instance, yellow is very bright, it's very open, it's very energetic. It's very fun and playful. So when you include, you know what I'm saying, the psychology of different colors that you've been going to, this is also helping you to elevate into that new version of you. So I don't know who that was for, but I definitely saw somebody like redecorating or just considering maybe painting their walls or considering like a color palette of some kind. Like I said, this month especially, I'm pretty sure in the year we are 9 months into the year. So I'm pretty sure there's been different moments where you had to take authority. You had to make those off instinct decisions, even trusting in the universe, trusting in God to work something out for you, you know? And so I also feel like there's going to be a lot of intuitive testing for you, and just going with the flow, less logic, because I feel like, yes, logic is needed, but also I feel like if you're too logical, that's when you make hasty and like reckless decisions versus, you know, just trusting in the universe to really provide you with what you are asking or what you are putting out into the universe. And I do have my notes. You could be guided to using your intuition a lot more, especially in creating balance. 8 is also a part of balance and creating energetically like positive karma, or dharma as they call it. Let me make sure also. Now, I've been watching Martin, the TV show, but there's been this one line that has been going over and over and over and over in my head. And in a particular scene is this older lady, and she's like, damn the bus, I'm rolling with some high rollers. Or I'm hitching a ride with some high rollers. So with that status and that wealth, I feel like there are definitely people in the collective, or, you know, whoever's watching this video, as a whole, we are all going through some type of elevation, some type of wealth. This could be financially, this could be emotionally, spiritually, it could be in whatever area of your life. There is some type of elevation that is here, that is already here. And this is where I feel like that intuitive nudge, that intuitive insight is really going to take place, because this could set you up for not only the end of the year, but also stepping into that new year, which 9 for next year, 9, that's almost this new like I said, for this year, we're really setting the tone for next year, especially in enjoying the fruits of our labor for next year. So I feel like also with you following that intuitive nudge and just going with what feels right to you, especially if you just feel this sense of like neutrality or just this sense of calmness in that decision, go for it, because you never know how that could set you up. You know what I mean? Like I said, it could be financially, however that looks for you. Go for it, because it could be a massive reward and you didn't even, you know what I'm saying, see it coming. So really take advantage of those intuitive nudges that you are accompanied by in this new season, especially in the month of September, leading all the way up until the new year. What else? So the cards that I pulled was the Take Authority, which is what we've already been talking about. Okay, I guess it's not gonna zoom in, but take charge with authority. And there was also a line that I heard where it was like great gifts, or like great attainment in some, especially in the spiritual community, like great gifts. I'm gonna say gifts, it's something else, but I'm gonna just go with it anyway. Great gifts come with great responsibility. So whatever you are attaining, also really be responsible in whatever it is that you're going forth with, because this could also, not only can it be your elevation, but it could also be your downfall. So really be responsible and accountable for the things that you are attaining, the things that you are acquiring in your life. Like I said, emotionally, because when there is emotional, you know what I'm saying, ignorance, that's when destruction is massive. So this month, also this year, particularly, I'm gonna try to stick to this month, really have emotional intelligence and understanding what feels right for you, and while also what doesn't feel right for you. Okay. And then also the Shaman came out. Trust in your higher forces, really leaning into the intuition, leaning into that, the whatever spiritual being you believe in, whether that's God, whether that's whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, trusting in that. If you have gotten results before, trust that they are coming now. Even if you feel like you're in a waiting period or whatever it is, trusting in that higher source. When you are in a position of authority, it also comes with responsibility. So I feel like this is also having faith, and also knowing that because you are in that position, you have a great responsibility. We are all connected, and so your actions, whatever that is, emotionally, whatever, has an impact on not only you internally, but also the people that are around you. And then also exchanging, like I said before, exchanging energy to create abundance. So with the take charge with authority and trusting in your higher self, I feel like there could be connections, professionally, connections, just energetically, that you could come into contact with, the wealth and the status of whatever that is that you're elevating into. So I feel like this month is really going to be exciting for a lot of people. Sorry if you heard that, but it's a lot of people that's going to be elevating in so many ways this month, and I'm super excited. Definitely comment below, even if it's emotionally, mentally. If you know you've been hot-tempered, but you've been working on yourself, let us know. You know what I mean? Like, we really, especially me, praise like the progress. You know what I mean? Because I know that stepping into a whole new version of yourself and a whole new timeline, it's not easy. You know, like, it's a lot of fears that come up. I noticed for myself, like, stepping into this new timeline that I'm into, and just knowing that things are still coming into place, things are still solidifying in this particular frequency that I'm in, having the patience and also continuing to give myself the courage and the determination to know, like, yes, you are in a new timeline, but being patient with yourself, because you have never been in this frequency before. And if you have, then I don't know, but I'm assuming that you've never been in this frequency before. And so with that, it's uncharted territory. And yes, we can get frustrated with ourselves. Yes, we can even take 2 steps back. But just realizing and giving yourself grace and understanding that I've never been in this frequency before. And I'm grateful that I'm here. And because I'm grateful, I will continue to show gratitude for just being in this state, you know what I mean? And giving grace for the things that are falling and shedding off of my plate, and also welcoming and being open to receiving the new things that are coming back in. I was having a conversation with myself and just being like, the world, scientifically, the world is always turning, it's always spinning, it's always, you know what I'm saying, in motion, especially energy is always in motion. And so yes, things may shed from my life, yes, people may shed from my life, but also realizing that there are always things, there will always be something in replace of that. And it really depends on your mindset and how you are viewing it, how fast or slow it can come. If you're steady stressing about it, if you're steady focused on it and just like, when is it gonna get here? When is it gonna get here? Versus just being like, thank you. I thank you for it coming. I thank you for it being here already. I thank you. And letting it go. Being in a sense of detachment and understanding that I already know that something has to replace whatever left my life. Something has to replace that person, whatever it is. So really, like I said, this month is really gonna test your intuition. It's really gonna guide you to be in connection with your higher self. And just taking your time, being patient, and understanding that we are ever changing human beings, especially in this particular dimension. Like, stuff is ever changing. And so having grace, especially even acknowledging the fear that can be accompanied by it. Like I said, just giving grace to yourself. Even if it's just taking yourself out to lunch to get away from whatever you're dealing with, or going out into nature, or whatever it is that really speaks to you or helps you to ground yourself back into that centered energy. Doing that, keeping you in high spirits no matter what's coming in and out of your life, what's moving about you, around you, staying grounded. Because like I said, things are ever changing in this lifetime. And so I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna go no further.